there was also one very specific shot that stood out to me, which was in Memento. There's the shot that kind of blew everyone's mind, at least for me and my friends,
Hmm.
was Sammy Jankis in an institution of some kind, and a character passes by the frame, and it kind of acts as a transition.
Mm.
And as the character passes, as soon as he does, there's a split second where instead of Stephen Tobolowsky, it's it's Guy Pearce as Leonard Shelby in the chair in the institution, and it adds more to that ambiguity that you talked about, Randy, about this movie. And so I was watching, so like that's just a classic shot that I've thought about my
Mm.
entire life ever since I
Mm.
saw it. And then I was watching Oppenheimer the other night, and they're in one of the colored deposition scenes, and the camera starts to shift to the right, and as a character passes the camera, we
Mm.
go from Oppenheimer clothed to Oppenheimer naked,
Yeah.
right as the character passes the camera in the same exact type of motion as was in that Memento transition. Obviously, the context is different,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's such a similar shot concept that he
Hmm.
reused 20 years later. And I forgot that shot existed. So as soon as it started to happen when I was on the rewatch, I was like, oh my God, it's just like the Memento shot. So those two things jumped out at me the most when I was kind of looking at the connection from before to now.
Chris, how about for you? Did you see any shades of the future when you looked back at the past?
Well, I watched Oppenheimer after I rewatched Memento. So I wasn't watching Memento with any thoughts of Oppenheimer other than the anticipation of wondering, because I knew there would be black and white in Oppenheimer. I knew there would be a non-linear story structure involved, but I couldn't appreciate yet what I
Mhm.
was the number of parallels. So for me, when I was watching Oppenheimer, there were more of these handful of thematic parallels that I was surprised to find.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I'm going to spoil my favorite quote, so I don't quite want to say it. Oppenheimer's experience of the world,
Yep.
his very subjective experience of the world as displayed for us in these colored sequences, made me reflect very much on some of Leonard's musings around memory and life experience and
Yeah.
what's true, right? When we're in these deposition scenes, he's being questioned and he's having a hard time remembering exactly what he said. And like, well, we have the transcript. It's like, you dick, if you had the transcript, why don't we just,
Yeah.
you know, it's memory is difficult. Leonard tells us that memory is
Hmm.
unreliable. Facts are what you investigate on, right? And that seemed very present in these deposition scenes for me. I found that quite interesting.